Hello, everyone. Let's say you're having a deck built and you're looking to have some sort of a shade structure installed. The budget doesn't necessarily allow for a fixed roof structure, or you don't want a completely dried in shaded space. You just want some shade throughout the day. So that would be a pergola. So a pergola is something that we would be building out of rough cedar, and you have a variety of different designs to choose from. You have open style pergolas, you have louvered pergolas, you have stacked pergolas, and you can view the different tabs on our website and view our photos, and you'll see these different options. But the biggest consideration when installing a pergola is that it's constructed out of rough cedar. In our climate, which is very harsh from summer to winter and spring to fall, with high UV and extreme sunlight, all other building materials for pergolas and shade structures just don't do well in our climate. I have seen, as I drive around the city, several people that have installed a pressure-treated pergola. Now, I don't believe it would be the homeowner that did that, but potentially the contractor that didn't let them know there would be issues with the pressure-treated lumber. Pressure-treated lumber is used for deck framing. That's it in our climate. You don't use it for anything else besides deck framing for the most part. So pergolas are constructed out of rough cedar. Redwood is not necessarily available any longer in the dimensions that are necessary for a pergola, so it really just comes down to the rough cedar, which is naturally rot resistant. If you don't do anything to maintain it, it eventually silvers out. You know, if you've seen a barn that's 100 years old, that's cedar cladded, it's silvered out in that sense. So you don't necessarily have to stain it all the time, although staining it will prevent it from cracking. The other thing that I would discourage you from looking into or having installed is one of those mechanical louvered systems, or the metal pergolas, the aluminum pergolas, and or the vinyl pergolas. The reason being is we've seen those systems over our last 40 years of building in the metro area. We've seen those different manufacturers come and go. The big thing is this. Let's say you have a vinyl pergola installed, or a plastic type pergola installed, or a aluminum pergola installed. After a few years, if given enough heavy hailstorms, those systems get damaged. The mechanical louvers no longer function. And the big concern is when you go to file warranty claims, these companies may not be in business any longer. They could be good systems for other climates, but not in a climate where we get heavy duty hail. And if you watching have lived in Colorado for more than the last 5 or 6 years, you'll know we get some pretty massive hailstorms. So rough cedar is the right material for that. And I do welcome you to view the other pictures in the tab so that you can see what option may be the best for you and what option may not. Now, being a custom builder, we're not a painter, so anytime we construct a cedar pergola, it's ready for stain. We recommend a solid stain as opposed to a transparent stain, just because it doesn't need to be done as often. And anytime we're doing a pergola in a deck environment, we're making sure we incorporate the rails nicely into the pergola so it looks very well thought out. And typically, with a pergola being installed over a deck, in most cases, homeowners are only wanting to cover 50% or 2/3 of the space, so that they have the option to be in the sun and the option to be in the shade. So outside of that, we welcome any questions you may have. This is Paul with Denver Decks, and our office line is 303-730-9642, or you can email us at deckman1963@gmail.com. Thank you for your time.